From Montana's news leader, this is the MTN 530 News.
I'm Andrea Lutz. There's a lot going on right now here on Lewis Avenue. This construction's going to continue all summer. We'll tell you why the city says no more lead pipes. Plus, a playful Montana pup unable to walk after an accident now has a new leash on life thanks to donations and determination. And tonight, a live look outside as heat, winds, and a possible stray storm look to fan the flames of Montana wildfires. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jeanelle Slade. Well, some breaking news on the fire front tonight. A Bridger man has been arrested in connection with starting the state's largest wildfire. That suspect arrested today on charges of felony negligent arson and criminal mischief. 55-year-old John Lightburn of Bridger allegedly sparked the Robertson Draw fire south of Red Lodge after riding his motorbike on public lands. Court documents state that Lightburn traveled off trail on Sunday, July 13th, in an area closed to motor vehicle use. Now, his dirt bike apparently flooded with gasoline, and as Lightburn tried to fix it, he admitted to authorities he checked the spark plug to see if it was getting a spark, and the fire ignited. Court documents state Lightburn left the scene and did not attempt to extinguish the blaze. The fire has destroyed more than 20 structures, including cabins and homes, and has burned nearly 30,000 acres. The total loss and the efforts to fight the blaze has reached into the millions of dollars. And at last check, the Robertson Draw fire is 53% contained tonight. Well, with wildfires burning across the state and no moisture in sight for the near future, fire officials are asking Yellowstone County residents to lay off the fireworks this year. Q2's Mitch Laggy shows us what's at stake.
The risk of wildfire will likely be high heading into 4th of July weekend. Lockwood fire officials told me today that rural homeowners should start preparing now, and that people across the county should not light off fireworks this holiday.
I understand, the fireworks stands are still going to be open, but I really discourage the people from discharging the fireworks because the danger is just too high.
Conditions are ripe for a fire to get out of control fast. Lockwood firefighters have put out grass fires every month since the start of the year. Mavis and Ron Freitas own a home in the Emerald Hills subdivision in Lockwood. Their property is a prime example of how to mitigate the risk of wildfire on private property. Ron said fireworks were the couple's main concern.
We know what we're going to do. We're pretty well established as such, but you wonder sometimes about neighbors and if they use fireworks, which they're not supposed to, but that they might start a fire or and then it would become a problem for everybody.
To help prevent the spread of wildfire, private property owners should trim the grass around their homes and trim the limbs of trees 6 to 12 feet off the ground. This can prevent fire from climbing up trees where it can burn stronger and longer. At the end of the day, Captain Kober said it's up to everyone to prevent fire starts this summer.
If we can limit the potential for fires to be burning in any community, it's a benefit to the overall outcome of the taxpayers of the district.
People who are looking to get their fireworks fixed this Independence Day are encouraged to attend one of 2 permitted celebrations, one at Metro Park in Billings and the other in Laurel. Reporting in Billings, Mitch Laggy, MTN News.
All right, thanks so much, Mitch. Now, sheriff's deputies can hand out fines, and people who start wildfires can be held liable for the costs of fighting them. Well, now turning to Chief Meteorologist Ed McIntosh in the Weather Center. Lightning, wind, and dry all in our forecast. All a bad mix for wildfires.
That's for sure. We're already seeing a few stronger cells. I want to show you this one. We've been following this from around Rygate to the Lavina area just south of Roundup, and now it seems to be headed right for you around the Custer area. That strong cell could put down some heavier rain, but you also see quite a bit of lightning. Now, this map will just show you everywhere where we've been seeing lightning here in the last 10 minutes or so, so it's becoming very active that way. Add to that relative humidity numbers only into the teens and 20s across much of southern Montana and northern Wyoming, and already we've got the makings for a fire situation with that lightning. But add to it some of the wind, especially from Billings off towards the east, and that could fan the flames of any fire starts very quickly, so use a lot of care this evening. Make sure you report any fire starts. Back with the forecast in a few minutes.
All right, thanks so much, Ed. Well, this summer, the dirt is moving and big rigs are rolling in neighborhoods near the Moss Mansion. The city of Billings is on a mission to eliminate lead pipes. As Q2's Andrea Lutz reports, it's going to disrupt some residents' lives, but officials say it's also going to keep us safe. Residents in the downtown corridor are going to have construction right at their doorsteps this summer. That's as the city overhauls a major lead pipe renovation. Lead pipes rusted out, dirty, and funneling water to households in Billings.
It's a potential health and safety thing that we want to stay on top of.
Here on Lewis Avenue, heavy machinery is working to do just that. Lead pipes were banned by the EPA, and now the task to remove them from older neighborhoods continues.
We have about 320 of those services left to do. This particular project is going to remove about 145 of those services.
Those with Public Works say they're mandated to get rid of all lead service valves by 2024. Right now, they're about 65% complete.
Lead pipes have been known to, introduce contaminants into the water. We haven't necessarily seen that, but this is a precautionary measure that we take to remove those to eliminate that possibility.
So work will continue for most of the summer.
We hope to be done with the lead services by middle of August.
But in the meantime, residents can expect some delays and loud construction work.
Obviously, we try to keep the homeowner access open, but there's going to be some disruption with parking because we have to store materials and gravel.
And after the work is done, Mac Fogelson says homeowners will have some work to do of their own.
We have the homeowners flush water through the system, and then we have them take a water sample to make sure that the water is clean once we're done.
So for right now, the lead valve service work spans along Lewis to Division all the way up to 8th Street. Next is Clark from Division to 7th Street. In Billings, Andrea Lutz, MTN News.
All right, thanks, Andrea. Also happening this summer, the replacement of water mains in the Pioneer Park area. Along with that work, some 92 lead valves will also be replaced in the neighborhoods. Well, after years of debate and lawsuits, the federal government is officially turning over management of the National Bison Range on the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes. The Department of the Interior made that announcement today, completing a transfer of the refuge in the Mission Valley to the Confederated Salish and Kootenai tribes. Now, the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has operated the Bison Range for decades. The move comes after years of lawsuits that had challenged the transfer. The last suit was settled in 2018, opening the door for the government to begin an orderly transition. Tribal officials have said they intend to continue operations as they have been, including public access. In other news tonight, a playful pup paralyzed after a heartbreaking accident. But now, thanks to a determined owner and helpful donations, he can move around again. In tonight's Positively Montana, MTN's Asher Lindy has the uplifting story.
The home of Richard Hart is filled with knickknacks and projects of his past, even if you can't see them all in person, along with plenty of game trophies. He's always had what he's needed to build anything like cars and home projects. His latest project might be the first one he didn't have all the material for. When taking his dog to Best Friends Animal Hospital, he met Gunner, a Doberman who was paralyzed after an accident with another dog. His hind legs don't work, and Richard wanted to help out. He got donations and some parts he had, and put together a cart for Gunner to donate to him and the hospital. They still need a harness, but the ball is rolling for Gunner.
It's really sad, so I just thought, I build stuff, I build everything I can think of, and maybe I can build something like a wheelchair type thing so this dog can be put in a harness and picked up in the air, so at least it can look at you and try to move its legs anyway.
Dr. Michael Norton operated on Gunner and is grateful for the thoughtful donation from Hart because he knows this could happen to another pet in the future.
It's definitely helpful. I mean, I built one out of PVC pipe that was stationary, but then he designed this thing. And there's other carts out there and stuff like that, but this is definitely good and it'll support a large dog.
Gunner has been at Best Friends for just over 8 weeks and has already made a best friend along the way, Monty, a puppy who's been missing a foot since birth. Monty has been the perfect friend for Gunner during his stay, as they both need regular care. They stick with each other throughout the day and make each other's stay that much better. Gunner might not be able to use all 4 legs again, but he has plenty of people and pets looking out for him. In Great Falls, Asher Slade, MTN News.
And according to Hart, the donations from the Great Falls Police Department will help even upgrade that cart for Gunner. Well, up next on tonight's MTN News, here on Q2, we dive into the changes coming out for property taxes in Montana and just how much of an effect they'll have. And in sports, Home Sweet Home will meet one of the world's top bull riders and learn why Montana is so special for him. That story next.